Breeze Nation, what's good? Well, let's put this out of the way. Hold on now. I didn't expect that to be in the front. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. How y'all feeling today, Chicago? We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss the things, so make sure that you hit that bell so that you can always get notified when we're going live. This is the only channel that's talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So get in tune with us. Y'all got to excuse me, man. I just had a Popeyes business. Appreciate y'all for pulling up and rocking with your boy as always. Question on the docket today, man. What is the Chicago Bears' best outcome for the second half of the season? What is going to be best for this Bears team in the second half of the season as we're getting things underway? Right now, your team's sitting at 3-6. I'll say at a minimum, it seems like if I'm looking at what I saw on the field and if I'm looking at how I saw the team play versus the Steelers, basing it on what I last saw, it seems like Justin Fields is starting to figure it out. It seems like your Bears team is starting to move in the right direction. It seems like there's a lot of things that could be going the right way offensively. Defensively, that's a whole other topic. But at least offensively, it seems like there could be some things that are working in a good direction for you. And so that is why I ask y'all this. What is the best outcome from the Bears in the second half of this season? And I want to have you guys call into the show as well, man. Please call in on the Contender phone lines. They are open right now. You can actually listen to us live on the Contender right now, and live on, of course, on YouTube and stuff like that. But man, the Contender, where you're hearing nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock, man. And we're really just ramping that up. The app is there, so. Go download the app if you have to be on the go, man. Go download as much the content that you can, and there's podcasts on there. John Zagul's on there. You know, a lot of those Chicago sports talk guys that you guys listen to besides us are also on there as well. So get in tune with them. Yeah, call into the show, man. 855-908-5668. We will be calling the Bulls game today. I see a couple Bulls people in here already. We will be calling the Bulls game in here. I might be doing it dolo. Kid might be pulling up. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure that out. What's up, Breeze Nation? This is from Baki already. I already have the answer to this question. What's best for the Bears in the second half of the season? Justin Fields continues to develop into a franchise QB. And here's what I'll say. Good, excellent point there, Baki. Shout out to you, man. Baki, always a P1, tuning into the show, comments in all the time. This is what I'll say, and like the video if you agree. I put the poll up, right? We did put a poll up on the community tab. And it comes down to this. Do you trust what the Bears say as truth? Do you trust what we've heard out of the Bears as truth? Or at least out of the Bears camp as truth? 61% of you, here was the question. With the second half of the season coming up to the Bears, how do you want them to finish the season? Win out and make the playoffs. So I'm talking about 8-0. You finish the season, your team wins. Or lose more so Nagy gets fired. 61% of the people chose lose more. And here's my problem with that. To me, it means that you can't separate the people that are causing your team to win from your disdain for that person. And I absolutely can. Listen, if Matt Nagy finishes out this season and the Bears finish out 8-0 and they make the playoffs and say they get out of the first round, okay, that's great. Are they going to the Super Bowl? Because they would have to go to the Super Bowl for me to believe that Matt Nagy's figured it out, that Matt Nagy's turned this thing around. They would have to be a Super Bowl team for me to believe that Matt Nagy actually has figured out how to be a head coach. Bill Lazor's your offensive play caller of the future. Sean Desai is going to be a guy that's going to be there for a long time in that position. Those are the things that have to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? And all while that's happening, and here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Shout out to Sleeping Angels for the comment, man. It's not about making the playoffs. It's about the developing of Justin Fields. You're not going to make – have y'all seen this team? Have y'all seen when we're running out on the field night in and night out? You're not going to make the playoffs without this offense being good because your defense is not that guy anymore. Your defense isn't there anymore. Your defense isn't at the point where they can carry you to a Super Bowl anymore. They're not. Khalil Mack's older. Akeem Hicks is older. Eddie Goldman finally showing like he had a little bit of something in the tank. But they're not there. So if you make the playoffs, if you win out, it's going to be because Justin Fields offensively did something for you. It's going to be because your offense got the job done. And so I look at what the Bears can do going through this season to finish this out. And are there opportunities for them to win more games than they lose? Yes. Now, I'll say this. What does it change for you? What does it change for you? Because even if they go 8-0 and finish out the season and make the playoffs, it doesn't change the fact that Matt Nagy has had his fourth major losing streak or third major losing streak in the 4 years he's been here. Does it change the fact that we've seen mediocre play calling from Matt Nagy continuously? Because I feel like people are tying Matt Nagy staying with the Chicago Bears if the Bears win together. I don't think that that's the case. If the Bears are honest about what they're doing, if the Bears are actually going to move on from Matt Nagy, if the Bears are actually going to say, okay, we're kind of done with this guy. We've realized he's not the offensive guru that he is. We're kind of done with this guy. Because to me, what you see on the field or what you have seen on the field has not changed. It's still a reflection of the coach that's been there. We're talking about we're right now on. We're talking about it like we won Monday already. You know, like I'm saying, I'm talking about it like we won on Sunday. We're still currently in our third losing streak since Matt Nagy has been here of 2 games or more. That's happening right now. That does not change if the Bears go 8-0 at the end of the season. It doesn't. If you trust Ryan Pace to make the right decision. If you trust Ryan Pace to still look at that objectively and say, yeah, well, he did get it together at the end, but guess what? That tells me more about the players than it does about the coach. Call into the show, man. Love to hear from you. 855-908-5668. I look at things in a way that I want my football team to look at them. I look at things in a way that I want to see the Bears look at them. And what I mean by that is I look at them in a way that, okay, listen, the Bears, yes, they win as many games as possible. They lose as many games to guarantee that Matt Nagy's gone, whatever it is, right? It doesn't get if you think that losing as many games as possible guarantees that Matt Nagy's gone, or that winning as many games as possible guarantees that Matt Nagy stays, then I hate to tell you, your organization's in the same spot. I hate to tell you that, but your organization, if losing the rest of this games predicates Matt Nagy being fired, and not what we've already seen, not the fact that you're currently in a 4-game losing streak, not the fact that we've seen 2 previous seasons with 6-game losing streaks. If not the fact that Justin Fields got a yard in a game. If we're so scared of that being the outcome that, oh my God, Matt Nagy might stay here, then your organization's no better. Whether you fire Matt Nagy or not, your organization is not in a better place. You just got a better player. What it comes down to for me. That's what it comes down to for me. When I look at this team, when I look at I shouldn't be worried about. I'll tell you this: you think that they were worried about Bill O'Brien when Deshaun Watson was getting the job done? Justin Fields is going to be that kind of player where he's going to be successful in spite of whoever's the head coach. But now you have to start asking yourself: are you scared because we need to fire Nagy? Firing Nagy's the only answer here. Matt Nagy didn't put us in salary cap yet. Matt Nagy didn't hire Ryan Pace was a guy that made draft decisions that put us behind the eight ball. Matt Nagy's not the guy that there's a lot of things I can blame on Nagy, but the things that I like, your organization needs to get into a better spot. Your organization has to get into a better spot. And so if you think that losing the rest of these games, first off, I can't, as a Bears fan, I don't have the ability to, right? Like, I can't cheer against my team. I watch them every Sunday. We've been in awful seasons and I've still cheered for the Bears to win. I want to see my football team be successful. I do. I want to see my football team be successful. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care if Matt Nagy is the result of our football team being successful. I can separate my hate from that. I dislike Matt Nagy as my football coach right now for one reason. He can't call plays, and that's what he's supposed to do. Does that change going into the rest of this season? No. No. Does that change because, now they won and now they're going through the paces and now they're moving in the right direction and they figured out the why? You've been trying to figure out the why for 4.5 years. Let's go to the phone lines, man. We got people on the phone lines already. Appreciate y'all for calling in, man. Going out to, I believe my man Robert Schwartz is on the line. Robert, what's good, man?
What's good?
How you feeling, man? How you feeling? What are your thoughts on this, man? How you want the season to end for the Bears?
I want them to win. I want them to beat the, Lions. I want them to beat, Green Bay because we got that, Aaron Rodgers, talking that mess.
Yeah.
I want them to win out. I want them to go to playoffs, and I want Justin Fields to have something under his belt, saying, "Okay, I got an opportunity to go to the playoffs."
Yeah.
I want him to succeed.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I look at this as
I can't sit here and watch our team just lose.
Yeah.
And this is not our team because they put this team together, and now we're getting pieces back on offense, and we're going to see how it's going to develop with Justin Fields back there, and the refs got to call better calls. That's plain and simple because the 49er game we could have won, and Monday night game we could have won.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate you for tuning in and rocking with us as always, Robert. I'm sure I'll see you in the comments again, my guy. They say
Go Bears, right, go Bulls.
Hey, bear down, bull. Go see Red Nation, man. Appreciate you for calling in. No, this is my thing. Call into the show, man. We want everybody to call in 855-908-5668. Call into the show. Let me know how you guys feel on the topic, man. This is the thing for me. What does losing? Everybody in here wants to see development of Justin Fields, but then they also say they want to see the Bears lose. Not everybody wants to see the Bears lose, but that's what I'm getting a lot. They want to see the development of Justin Fields, but they want to see the Bears lose. What does losing develop? Yes, he's seeing the in-game reps. Of course, that helps you. He's seeing the opportunity to, just be out there and play the game. But winning develops. Wins get you to where you want to go. Yeah, as a rookie, I don't expect a ton of wins on the back of Justin Fields. I would like them. I don't expect them. But I don't understand the mindset of people that call in and comment on the videos and say that I don't want to see the Bears win. I want to see them lose because I want Matt Nagy gone. Is that the best outcome for the second half of the season? I mean, honestly, is that the best outcome for the second half? Is losing the best outcome for the second half of the season? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I think that you're looking at it from these people have hurt me, and so I want them to be hurt back. You know what I'm saying? These people have hurt me, and I want them to be hurt back. And again, Electric comments in. Appreciate the comment. He says, Nagy getting fired is the reason I and most want them to lose. If what you've seen isn't going to get Matt Nagy fired, then that's an organizational problem. If what you're seeing is going to get Matt Nagy fired, then it isn't going to get Matt Nagy fired, then that's an organizational problem. And I'm going to be honest with you. Say they do go 8-0 and they keep Matt Nagy. Make the playoffs. Justin Fields looks good. Offense looks good, moving in the right direction. Is that bad? I understand most of us here don't want Matt Nagy to be our head football coach. I'm on board with you on that. But if your Bears go 8-0 and make the playoffs and fight not, and this is all hypothetical, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably the only scenario in my mind where you keep Matt Nagy. Is that bad? If you see Justin developing under a head coach, is that bad? You don't have a first round pick to lose for. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I get it. Like, if the Giants lose, like the Giants got a first round pick to play. But what are we really talking about if we're saying that we want our team to lose so that we can get rid of this head football coach? Because if they win, that's a bad thing. It doesn't make sense to me. And guess what? They can win, and I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said earlier, even if they win, even if they go 8-0, he's got to make a Super Bowl. Even if they go 8-0. We're in the middle of his third losing streak in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? We're in the middle of his third losing streak in 3 years. If management hasn't seen enough to fire Matt Nagy based on that, then you have a broken organization. And Bears fans, I think that we have a broken organization. Jeffrey comments in. He says, I want the team to win no matter who the head coach is. At the same time, I want Matt Nagy going too. Both can be true. This is the greatest comment of the day so far. Both of these things can be true. Both of these things can absolutely be true. And I get that there's a fear of, oh my goodness, what if they win and they keep Matt Nagy? What's it look like? Because I guarantee a lot of the people here that are talking about fire Nagy right now today, let him win 8 games, including a Packers game and a Cardinals game. Justin Fields looks like he's developing. And understand what I'm saying. Understand the standpoint I'm coming from. Your defense ain't going to do it for you. Your defense might keep you close in a game, but they're not going to win the game for you anymore. That's past. We missed out on that in 2018. That's over with. That's done. But we can't be so close-minded to the fact that something might be working with a guy that we dislike that we don't want our football team to win. What are we talking about? And it's not an easy stretch. Listen, it starts off with Baltimore here coming into this into this Sunday matchup at I believe at noon for the Bears right here. It's not an easy matchup. It's not like it's a cakewalk to do it. You would have to get through some tough teams to do it. And we want to see our team. We want to see our franchise quarterback develop for once. We've never seen a franchise quarterback develop. We've never seen a franchise quarterback develop. So the only way, and yeah, I want y'all to understand the scenario I'm saying. It's got to be something like he goes 8-0. It's got to be like 7-1, 8-0. You have to beat the Packers. You have to make a deep run in the playoffs for Matt Nagy to be here next year. I'm not saying that I'm here for Nagy to be here next year, but I'm also not saying that I believe it's going to happen. T'Challa, we appreciate you for the super chat, man. We see a lot of people super chatting, and we appreciate all of that, man. It helps us be able to do this, what we do every week, every day. You know what I'm saying? Just all the money that you guys donate to the show, man. It really goes a long way. It all goes back into the show too. T'Challa says, I respectfully disagree. Nagy needs to go, even if it means we lose. Fields development is a separate matter. Bears winning and Fields developing are not mutually exclusive. But what quarterback? And I understand there's those guys that overcome the bad season, but I look at this offense. The problem is this offense is not developing. At the end of the day, we can say what we want to about Justin Fields. We can say what we want about what he's able to do on the field. This offense has to develop. It's not just Justin. We need development at the left tackle position. We need to find a right tackle. We need development with Larry Borum. We need development with hopefully Tevin Jenkins, who's going to be able to come back. We need development with James Daniels still. He's only into 3 years into his career. He still needs more development. Like, the offense needs to develop. It's not just Justin Fields. And I'm laying out the point for you that the only way you're going to win any games in the second half of the season is going to be on the back of your offense. It's the only way. So if the Bears are losing, that more than likely means your offense is also struggling. If the Bears are losing, it also means your offense is struggling. I'm not saying I want Matt here. What I am saying is I don't want to see my team lose out the rest of this season. That's a miserable season. How have we been on this this losing streak right here? You know what I'm saying? How have we really been on this losing streak right here? Let's go back out to the phones, man. We appreciate y'all for calling in, man. We've had a couple of calls already. 855-908-5668. Call into the show, man. We love hearing from the fans out there, man. Let's go out to the 773. What's going on?
What's going on, Pat?
Man, how you feeling, man?
You don't even know who this is. I feel you.
What up, dog? You know
like
the thing.
Struggling a little bit. I have to call in, baby.
Fam, do you know what? I'm gonna tell you what it says on the screen right here. It says old name Peachy, auto screen for the new name passing. I thought it was just a call about offense, brother. What's going on with your kid, man? What's your thoughts on it, dog?
Well, going back to just making sure I heard the premise of the question right. Like, basically, what should we expect? Like, second half of the season,
not so
right?
much.
What would be a good outcome?
What's the best outcome for the second half of this season? Because a lot of people are like, lose the rest of your games so that Matt Nagy gets fired. And my thought process is, my point with it is, if you have seen 3 losing streaks from Matt Nagy and you don't think he should be fired, that's an organizational problem. That's at that point, you're asking for, you need your organization fixed, not just your head coach.
Yeah, so I've always been real consistent on this. You can't say development and win in the same year, right? Development and winning is normally, they're not synonymous initially, right?
Yeah.
And so we got a rookie QB, we got an aging defense. At this point, we're really excited about Tevin, but he's going to be playing his first professional snaps. Next couple of weeks and stuff like that, right?
I wouldn't even play him this week. I wouldn't play him at all.
For me? I wouldn't put him in at all right now. But hey, I get the one thing I will say is we're not going to make the playoffs, right? That's a stretch. If we do, great, but we're not going to make much noise.
Yeah,
like a lot will have to go wrong for a lot of really good teams for us to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting Super Bowl expectations, right? But what I will say is, as far as development is concerned, to progressively see my young pieces get better.
Yeah.
or to start having some better mechanics. Justin Field looked pretty good his last couple of games, outside of maybe one.
Yeah.
But at two out of the 3 games, he looked pretty good. We saw progression. I would want to see that continue, right?
Absolutely.
We get Tevin in. I would want to see what he can do.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, this is your practice at this point, right? I want to see Mooney kind of really start create separation between him and the others in the receiving core. I hold him in really high regard. Is David Montgomery going to be the guy, or is Herbert going to be the guy moving forward? Ultimately, we get the rest of the season to figure that part out. It's very possible that our offense could start clicking, but our defense falls apart. Why? They're older. They've been banged up. We've relied on them too heavily, right? So, like, a lot of those things can happen. At this point, we should just want two things. We want our young core players, when it's a lot of them on his team, if we're being honest, to start showing incremental steps to improving and getting better at their jobs, and then plan for the next head coach or OC, because we already know that we're Chicago Bears team. This much talk about somebody getting moved out of there, they're getting moved. May not be in the middle of the season like we
probably
wanted,
be end
but
of the
Matt
year.
Nagy's out of there, right?
Yeah, it'll probably be end of the year. But see,
I
don't think winning changes that. And if it does, that now I got.
No, he's gone regardless.
But so this is the thing, right? Like when I'm talking about the best outcome for the end of the season, losing, yes, if your offense does well, you feel better about it. But then you start having, I would say the more detrimental thing to you keeping Matt Nagy would be if your offense starts to look amazing. That would also all of a sudden be like, well, maybe he figured it out. Maybe like if you're so worried, if everyone's so worried about keeping Nagy, that would be the thing that would kill you, because like you said, there's a lot of factors that go into a W. How does the defense play? How does the team play as a whole? How do they get to get those victories? And it's not versus easy teams in the second half of the season. You're starting it off with Baltimore. I don't think Matt Nagy's won a bye week come off a bye week with a win since he's been here. I believe he's 0-5. So, I look at it and I say, if you win these games, it's gonna be on the back of your offense. Would you rather, like, there's no way. I
want it to be.
But so because of that,
I would want it to be on the back of my offense.
But so because of that, I look at it as your offense is developing, you're winning games. You should still fire Matt Nagy even in that situation. Even if you go 8-0, you should still fire Matt Nagy, because you had to go 8-0 to barely make the playoffs and come out of the 3 years worth of losing streaks. Those two things can be mutually exclusive to me.
Yeah. No, we're on the same boat. You realize and my whole takeaway from it was development.
Yeah.
Development for me doesn't necessarily mean we win. If we win, that's great, right?
Yeah.
If we win on the backs of our offense, that's even better, right? That's development for the what we are looking for moving forward. That gives my next head coach a lot to work with. It gives them more good film to work with and stuff like that, right? So now that next person comes in knowing what we can and can't do and what still needs work. And it's all a very fluid situation. I'm moving away from we should fire Matt Nagy, because I truly believe he's done. I really do. I'm not even going to harp on that anymore.
He'll be the head coach of the Jets next year.
And stuff like that don't show you. Say that again.
I say he'll be the head coach of the Jets next year for sure. He'll get another.
Hey,
he'll get another stab at it. He'll get another stab at it. He's gonna be fine. I
want the man to feed his family.
He's gonna be fine.
Hey, I want the man to feed his family. Yeah, like he's gonna be all right.
Hey, listen, I want to talk to him after, because apparently he was doing real estate before he became a coach. So I want to see what's going on with that. Kind of procure his brain on that, because maybe he can flip houses better than he can flip teams.
He definitely needs to. You know what? The best thing from Matt, I want to see Matt Nagy develop. I'm gonna be honest with you. This has been a horrible goal for him.
Yeah.
I want to see him develop. I want to be able to say, you know what? I saw this man's career revive his career.
Yeah.
And so I would love to see him go to another organization under a good head coach, learn the ropes a little bit more, and then get another shot at it. I would love to see that, because I'm not a hater by any means. I would love to see him have that opportunity. It's just not here. Not here anymore. I think he lost a little bit of the locker room, and that's okay, right? That's okay. We've heard some really good coaches get fired before because of stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
okay. It happens. We just, as an organization, need to move on because now we have the talent, and we don't want to ruin our talent based off that type of poison. And so he can go somewhere and develop, and hopefully it all works out in the end. But
I think you just don't want to do it again. You know, we've wasted Khalil Mack's career. We've wasted Akeem Hicks. We've wasted Danny Trevathan. You know, how many names on this team can we say? We've wasted Allen Robinson. Like, you can keep going, and it's always going to be a problem that we've wasted these guys. And to me, that's the biggest reason. Listen, you lose. We're on pace to lose another 6 games in the second half of this. Like it's not gonna be a cakewalk. So
is that the real projection?
I mean, listen. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but I mean, you play the Lions twice. Let me pull the schedule up here. So I got 2 wins versus the Lions.
We can beat the Lions.
You can beat the Lions. I got 2 wins versus the Lions, but I mean, you play the Vikings twice. Now Matt Nagy does have a good record versus the Vikings, so maybe you pull that out. So maybe those are your 4, but then you got Arizona. You got Baltimore coming in. Lamar Jackson is not exactly the he's prone to fumble, but your defense hasn't shown you that they're gonna be all in on not getting a fumble away there. What do we got here? So you got Ravens, Lions, Cardinals, Packers, Vikings, Seahawks, Giants, Vikings. You could lose Seahawks, Packers, Cardinals, Ravens, and maybe one of the Vikings games. That's 5 games. Now you might not lose all of those
twice.
You might not. You'll beat Detroit twice, but hold on. Did I tweak on that? Oh no, we played Detroit just once. We already played Detroit, right? Yes, we just got 1 against Detroit.
Okay.
1 against Detroit, 2 against the Vikings. That's what I have flipped. 1 against Detroit, 2 against the Vikings, 1 against the Packers, and then you got the Giants in there as well. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a real opportunity that the losing is.
We can split the Vikings.
Yeah. Well, you might be able to sweep the Vikings. In all honesty, Matt Nagy's done a great job against the Vikings. He's ready for Kirk Cousins. But
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hey, listen, I'm just playing the history. Matt Nagy's done a great job against the Vikings, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like he's dominated Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins hates coming up here for a reason. But it's.
But have we swept Kirk Cousins?
Yeah. Twice.
We have swept him. Okay.
Twice, I think.
Okay. All right.
I think they split last.
I'll fact check that later.
No. I know we swept them the first year Matt was here because that was the second game got flexed. That was the let's show them why we're the reason that this game got flexed, not them. And then the Bears end up like dominating them. And then I believe he swept them again the second year. I think the third year they split. But even so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that you're going to lose all of those games. Heck, Lamar Jackson might fumble the game away and you end up beating the Ravens. Kyler Murray might still not be ready to go when you play the Cardinals, and it's in December here in Chicago. It might be cold. That might be a tough game for them. Seahawks, Russell Wilson's looked up and down. That might be something you can come. Like, there's opportunity for you to win every single game you're in. But the thing is, like, what I'm trying to get people to understand is it's going to be on the back of your offense if you do it. Your defense is not going to be the reason that you win out or win more games than you lose in the second half of the season. And so, is that a bad thing?
The only thing I ask the fan base, me and you are in agreement more than we probably ever been on this topic.
Yeah.
It's Chicago, and we are so accustomed to losing that 3 wins in a row changes our whole perception on our team at times.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, yo, don't fall for it this time.
Oh, absolutely.
Fall for it this time. This man has to go. Like, let's not.
But see, to me, that's not on us. Like, yes, Bears fans, of course, well, if the Bears beat the Packers, we're going to be all back in. You know what I'm saying? It's, oh, my God, here we go. We beat Green Bay, Super Bowl or bust. Like, that's just we're hurt. You know, we've been beaten and battered out here. But the thing that –
Do you realize how much of a losing organization you have to be to just say, hey, we just beat our rival. We won. Like, what?
We haven't done it a lot.
That bad, huh?
We haven't done it a lot. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that I'll say is that's us. That's fans. Fans are supposed to be excited when you beat your rivals. Fans are supposed to be excited when your team wins 3 games in a row. Fans are supposed to be excited about. But here's the thing that the person that should be able to see clear through. Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace, don't you be fooled. You've watched 3 losing streaks in a row. Don't you be fooled. He's the one that has to make the decision to get Matt Nagy out of there to save his job. He's the one that has to make the call that, yeah, even if the Bears do go 8-0 or whatever, what was my man? I don't even know who my man was. Was it Kyle Brandt that projected the Bears go 8-0 at the end of the season? He was all hype about it. Even if they do go 8-0, it's your job to say, hey, Matt, listen, I understand you went 8-0, but you lost 6 games before that. Or 5 games or whatever it is, or what would it be? 4 games before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's the part that's the problem. That we can't that I think Bears fans need to have the losses to feel good that your GM is gonna do the job that he should do. And those two things shouldn't.
He's starting to do that, if I'm being honest with you.
You said what?
I think he's starting to do that.
No, I hope so.
Delay, so I apologize.
No, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope that Ryan Pace can see through a win streak that would be a nice win streak, but it's like, look, dog, you had 6 losses before that. Like, I'm glad. Thank you for getting us, Justin. Thank you for getting us here. Have a nice day. Here's a cookie.
I hope he doesn't make the mistake of, because here's my personal opinion on it. I think Matt Nagy is going to be calling the shots that he's accustomed to. And if we do go 8-0, it's going to definitely be on the backs of all of the other coaches that are on that team. So your Bill Lazors, your Sean Desai, and stuff like that. I hope he doesn't make the mistake of the head coach. That's the mistake I know. I just feel it deep down that Matt Nagy is gone. Mm-hmm. I just hope that the replacement is like, there's some good names out there that have proven success with organizations that have won recently.
Yeah.
Go make a move. Go make a move with someone who's actually developed or been a part of developing a quarterback and has been entrusted with that more than one game, right? And has a record behind it. Go out there and be a part of someone who spent more than just one season behind this, a star QB and stuff like that to really mold it, right? Development for me is finding someone who can absolutely get the most out of our players and not be so egotistical as to and it's so clear with Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Not being so egotistical to say, hey, trust this particular system, but being willing to bend the system to fit around your players' abilities.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing, like, Justin Fields, like, right now we're looking at Mac Jones as the best QB in the draft, but everyone really knows, and everyone says it on national media, Justin Fields is really there, but we don't know what the situation is in Chicago.
That's what it is.
Everyone says that. You can go find it.
He's playing the best,
Justin
but he
Fields
also
has an opportunity to be great.
Yeah, he's playing the best, but I feel like we all like. I should go back and look at it. I feel like when Mac Jones went to the Patriots, we were like, that makes sense. He's going to be really good there. Like if he had went anywhere else, we wouldn't have said that. Like Mac Jones to the Panthers, yeah, that's not working out. Mac Jones to the Jets, that's not working out. Mac Jones to
you see what
to the
Zach
Patriots
Wilson is a lot better than he gets credit for. He's out there getting killed.
Well, he's not even playing right now, so it's one of those that okay. Like, yes, Mac Jones is in the best situation right now, but he also went to the most ready-made situation for him. Like Bill set that up, and it was like, all right, let's see what Cam's got. That ain't gonna work. Let's go get Mac. So like, to me, like, yes, Mac Jones is in a perfect situation for him right now, but it's because it was the most ready-made situation for the kind of quarterback that he is, and that's credit to Bill. The Bears didn't have that. We don't have that. I'm gonna tell you right now, the ready-made situation might not happen until week 14, 15, 16 of this year when we see if Tevin Jenkins can actually play. And
the reality of the situation
I wouldn't even play
is
him.
the way that we're set up. Yeah, I wouldn't either. The reality of the situation is there is no QB in recent history that would have came through these doors and had been successful out the gate the way that we're constructed and the way that we were organized and ran.
There's no QB.
No QB would have had success here.
No. Not with how our offensive line is, man. Shout out to Jeffrey. Appreciate the love, man. Not with how our offensive line is. It's we have the quarterback that has the best chance at having success here, and he's finally having some. And he wasn't supposed to play this year.
And hey, he's finally having some, and it's in spite. It's in spite of our head coach.
Well,
our head coach did not do anything to help him succeed.
Well, I'll say when you look at since Justin has had these successes, like I need people to understand as well. Now, first, our offensive line, you can't do a lot with how that offensive line was blocking, with how injured they were. When Justin first comes in and starts starting, one, he's a rookie quarterback who's literally just relying on what I know about football and a week's worth of practice, and he got murdered. And he did. And it's on Matt Nagy for how he schemed it. It's on the offensive line for playing horribly. And there's some plays in there that are on Justin for just standing there and not seeing what he understood, not seeing what was happening and holding the ball just a little bit too long. But the thing that I look at with these last couple of weeks, I mean, what are we saying coming out of the bye if the referees don't have a game that's so bad that the Bears were not getting murdered nationally, but in fact they were being sympathized for? Like, what are we talking about this week? If you're 3 or what would we have been 4-5? If you're 4-5 coming out of the bye, and yeah, you still got Baltimore. The schedule doesn't change, but a game that happens so bad with such poor calls that the refs or the national media was like, man, we're sorry. Like, we're sorry, Chicago. Like, we've been trashing y'all all year, but we're sorry. We're sorry. and the week before that wasn't even Matt. The week before that was Chris Tabor, who I think had a good, a well-called game because he just let people do their job.
I think you've touched on this before. Winning cures all.
Yeah.
But winning cures all when you have a established team that maybe hit a rough spot, something like that.
Absolutely.
But when you're always in a rough spot, when you're always in that position,
absolutely,
it's you. It's on you at this point, and it's on those who lead in that position. And so, I think again, just trying to find a different angle from it. Like, success for us right now, for anyone who considers themselves a Bears fan, should be more about is my QB going to come out of this more confident or not? Is Justin Fields going to come out of these next 8 games or whatever it is confident in his ability to succeed next year? Or is he going to get destroyed? Is he going to be set up for failure? Stuff like that. Because I don't care what nobody says, they could have game planned for that Cleveland game a whole lot better. Right? Like, I think we all agree to stuff like that. We can see the imprint of Matt Nagy at certain points, and it's like, dog, it just doesn't work. I just want his confidence to be on 10. I want him to be really confident and lead the way that, we all believe he can actually lead. And so I don't care if that's us losing all 8 games, but he had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because I know that he's going to get it together, and I'm good with that. I'll live and die on that. So. I'll let you get to the other calls, bro, because we'll talk forever.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you for calling in, man. You going to be on the live call with us tonight, man? The people that want to know. It's a late game, though. It's a late game, though, dog. Hey, this West Coast trip is killing me, dog.
Hey, I might only be there for half of it, but I'll be there.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. All right, my boy. We'll see you tonight man. Appreciate you for calling in.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, dog. As always, man, the great P Kid calling into the show, man. Hey, listen, we got a few minutes left, man. If you guys do want to get your calls in, man, call into the show 855-908-5668. As I was saying to Kid, that we will be live for the Bulls live call. Man, this West Coast trip is killing me, man. Because y'all already know. Shout out to Marcus Couch being in here too, man. Y'all already know, man. Like the thing is, like doing this, like I want to do this as my full-time career. I want to do this every single day. And I have been able to since the whole, they let me go from my job. So I have been able to, and it's been working. It's been moving in the right direction. But the thing is, you still have to do regular things around the crib. Like I feel like Stacey King get to like sleep in a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Like, or he's on the trip with the team. So all he's doing that day is focusing on calling the game. I'm doing the show. I'm raising a child down here. Well, I'm holding a child. I ain't raising her yet. She ain't did nothing yet. But I'm out here with the new kid. We getting stuff together for the new crib that's coming, and all the and then I got to do it at 9:00. I'm tired, dog. I ain't asking for sympathy. I'm just telling you a story, like as Bernie Mac would say. Oh man. I mean, listen, T says Nagy got to go. We all agree. I do agree. And to me, the thing that the best outcome for the end of the season, I get it's about how you lose games, but if you're a Bears fan, the thing that gets Matt Nagy out of here is that your offense looks awful. That's the thing that gets Matt Nagy out of here. Your offense looks awful. And if your offense looks awful, that more than likely means Justin Fields is still struggling. And if Justin Fields is struggling, of course that means get rid of Matt Nagy, but that means Justin Fields is not developing. So I'm kind of on the opposite. Out of everything me and Kid discussed there, I'm kind of on the opposite of the you can development means losing, which I think in a lot of cases it does, but it's about how you lose. Like I get it. If we're losing games 27-35, I feel good. I feel bad about my defense, but I think that your offense is moving in the right direction. But you know what guarantees me that the offense is moving in the right direction? If you're winning. That guarantees it. That guarantees it. That guarantees it. And if you think 8 games is going to replace what we've seen for 4 seasons out of Matt Nagy and 3 losing streaks, now I'm looking at pace. Now I'm looking at George and I'm saying, why didn't you fire both of them? You know what I'm saying? Like now, okay, everybody wants to have the conversation that Ryan Pace is learning on the job. Fine. I hope he is. I would love for him to be an excellent GM with a future for us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I just want my team to win. I got 36 inches of bear head back here, and I want to be proud of it. I want to be proud of it. If you got 36 inches of bear head, you should be proud of that. We haven't been proud this season of this team. We haven't been proud in 3 years of this team. And I understand that losing would absolutely ensure that Matt Nagy is fired. But if winning doesn't, after what you've seen, that's a joke. That's on Ryan Pace. Tap says, what if the offense looks good, but we still lose all the games? You still think Nagy stays? No. He lost. He's the head coach. It comes down to him. No matter how bad Sean Desai is, no matter how bad Bill Lazor can be, no matter how bad Chris Tabor is on special teams, no matter how bad it is, it falls on your head coach. It falls on your head coach. That's the guy that's making the decisions. He's got to make them. He's got to make them. And we haven't seen him make the right decision consistent enough for us to feel good about it. And that's where the problem comes in. That's where the problem comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at us moving forward, and I feel like we focus so much on how we dislike Matt, and we want that to mean that him being gone fixes everything. What does it fix? Now I got more questions. Is Ryan Pace going to find the right guy? Are the Bears going to be in a position to get the right guy? Is the right guy going to want to come here? We've had the right guy in the building. Guess what? He won a Super Bowl last year. Guess what we did? Could you do a press conference for us, and maybe we could see if and you know what he did? He dipped, and it worked out. Go back out to the phones, man. We're up against the clock. Let's get one last call in, man. Going out to the 773. What's going on, man?
What's going on? It's Baki, Pat. What up, man?
Baki, what's good, man? Baki in the chat. What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling, man?
Feeling all right, man. Yeah, I just want to, chime in real quick. Like with the whole Matt Nagy situation, man, I just don't understand why ownership won't fire him just off the fact it doesn't matter what happens at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Whether we go undefeated, we lose all the games, he should be fired regardless. Because I watched him do it with Lovie Smith. Like Lovie Smith went 10-6 his last year and didn't make the playoffs.
Let's put it. Let's talk about that season the right way, though. Everybody always says Lovie went 10-6 and got fired. It's because he went 8-0 to start the season and won 2 games the rest of the way. let's put it in the right aspect of it.
Because what I'm saying is because I remember the mandate for it. The mandate was he had to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Because I remember he didn't make the playoffs the last 3 years before that.
Yes.
So it was like, he has to make the playoffs or else he doesn't keep his job.
Yes.
And he went 10-6, and he didn't make the playoffs because of mathematics or whatever, and he got canned.
Yep.
So I watched this organization fire a dude with a good record.
Yep.
So why can't they do the same thing with Matt Nagy? Like, no matter what the record is, Matt Nagy is clearly not the dude.
Yeah. No, I agree. He's
so,
mediocrity.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, come on now.
He's mediocrity. I think, and Baki, I appreciate you for calling in, man. I'm up against the clock, but man, I know you're gonna be in there for the Bulls live call, so I'll talk to you later. All right, my boy.
All
right, peace. Shout out to Baki, man, tuning in, always showing love to the show, man. The thing that I look at before we get up out of here, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. If y'all haven't done so, man, like the video, subscribe to the page, man. We do this every week. We do this just about every day, man. Talking Chicago sports, talking about our Chicago teams, and we're expanding every single day. No, the thing that I look at with moving this team in the right direction. Matt Nagy's shown you what he can be. He had one season at 12-6. He had one at 8-8 and one at 8-8. The only thing that this season is going to prove to you is that he can't go 8-8. He's either going to go 8-9 or he's going to go 9-8. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing I look at with Matt. Like, he's mediocrity. I don't even want to say he's Doug Collins because Doug Collins won a playoff series. I saw somebody say that about in the chat about Matt Nagy's like Doug Collins, but worse. Doug Collins got you there. And Doug Collins won a little bit. To me, you need to be looking at moving forward with this. And it doesn't matter what Matt does the rest of the year. Because I've seen him go on. Guess what? You bring Matt back next year. You know what I'm expecting? Because I've seen 3 years of it now. There's going to be a bad losing streak. I don't want to hear that it's about how we fight back on the other side of the losing streak. How about we don't get in the losing streak? How about we don't go down the path of a losing streak? How about we get rid of the guy that's gotten into 3 losing streaks? And that's why I say the rest of this season, I'm not as focused on what Matt Nagy does. I'm focused on what Ryan Pace sees out of it and what he does with it. Because to me, Matt should be gone no matter what. I'm looking at Ryan. Okay, Ryan, what players do you think should stay? Okay, Ryan, what team do you think should be on the field? Okay, Ryan, who should be leading these players? That's what I'm focused on for the rest of the year. And the best outcome for the rest of this season, they win. They win. And they win as long as they can. And at the end of the day, when we get to the offseason, you hand Mac his last paycheck. You say, Matt, we appreciate you for being here. We appreciate you for getting us our organization and leading us, call it what it was, as bad as it is, leading us to 2 playoff series. And you move on. Both can happen. Both should happen. There's a limit. There's a limit. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. As always, man. Best fans in the world are the Breeze fans that come in here today, man. This will be posted live right after this, and then it'll be on the podcast. We are posting on the podcast page again, so if you missed most of it, if you missed a good chunk of it, man, you can go listen to the podcast. We have the podcast stuff on a bunch of stuff on iTunes, SoundCloud, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate y'all for just supporting the channel like y'all do, man. We'll be back tonight for Bulls live call and Bulls post game. I know on Monday we only did the live call. We'll be back for Bulls live call and Bulls post game. And yeah, man, there's a lot coming. Oh, and I'm gonna announce during the Bulls post game, we're starting up a Patreon. A lot of exclusive content, a lot of exclusive merch over there. So we'll be announcing that during the Bulls live call. So if you're gonna be in there, man, don't miss it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, it is your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Hey, yo, Chicago, y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.